そういった意味じゃあんたと同じ。普通の道徳がないのよ。だから必要なら人も殺せる。
I'm questioning whether you've actually done that before, or if you're just talking yourself up.
Soujuro's finger twitched in response to her indifferent tone, as if to say that, despite having given up on just about everything, his body could not let those words slide.
人殺しなんて良くないぞ。
Aoko, people die when they're murdered.
分かってるって言ってるでしょ。
Aoko raised her right hand. The light from the crest illuminated her face. It goes without saying that her expression was unchanged. She wasn't crying, nor was she smiling. She was a young woman who had excised her feelings. Deal with it was another thing Soujuuro couldn't let slide. Soujuuro could read on Aoko's face that she wasn't herself. She was in pain, and to a degree he had never seen in her.
すまない。ちょっといいかな。
Could I have some last words?
Yeah.
何？ここまで悲壮感を盛り上げておいて、やっぱり逃げるなんてのは却下よ。
He unconsciously smiled at Aoko's ruthless counter, and breathed a sigh of relief. He'd misread the pain he saw on her face. This was the same Aoko. Soujuuro laughed out loud in genuine joy, a laugh that most other people would have taken as an insult.
遺言でも聞いてあげようと思った私が悪かった。
Yeah.
っていうか、今の小バカにした笑いがあんたの遺言ってことで OK？
You mocking me, you little shit? I will literally kill you, regardless of whether you are or not.
いや、そうじゃなくて、あそこにいる人は青崎の友人なのか？
I mean, that's either the oldest trick in the book, or there actually is that third person finally who caught up to them.
Out of nowhere, Soujuuro pointed behind Aoko.
は
Yeah.
Aoko, please tell me you're not about to fall. Like, I'm sure there is a third person behind you because we know that there's one
Yeah,
here.
we know there's one there,
But like, please tell me you're not about to fall for the oldest trick in the book. Like, Aoko, wait. Let me say something. What's that over there?
Yeah, look, a distraction.
Hey, look, a distraction. Where? I love distractions. Aoko thought that it must have been that old, overused distraction technique.
Yeah.
If this had been a Japanese comedy act, this would be the part where she gave him a whack with a paper fan. But after giving it a second thought, she realized Soujuuro didn't have the capacity for understanding old or even new tricks.
Wait a second. I'm dealing with an idiot.
あんた何言って。
The hell are you? Perhaps his honest disposition had been to his benefit. Without thinking, Aoko gave into her curiosity and turned her gaze toward the direction in which his finger was pointed. And there.
Ooh.
Something that should not have been there in the maze. Something with a creaking, wooden smile. It was the ominous, creepy, uncanny figure of a girl.
Uh,
人形？
An unusual figure with 2 arms and 2 legs stood silently in the darkness. If only for a moment, its beauty, which was even apparent from afar, dulled the insanity of the current situation.
whoop. Oh, wow, okay.
Extend, extend, extend. It's Zabimaru!
Kinda.
The utterly unknown threat made Aoko freeze on the spot. Avoiding it didn't even occur to her. Humans possess intelligence and knowledge, but when confronted with the unknown, they fail to process what to do, and...
Oh. How'd you get hit from behind?
So, my assumption here... She was facing Soujuuro, he pointed behind her, and rather than turning around all the way, she just, like, turned to look over her shoulder.
Yeah, okay, maybe.
A shriek escaped Aoko's mouth. The magical attack crossed the 30-foot gap in an instant. The arm of the girl who had appeared at the rear of the corridor was slender and quick. It extended to a near impossible length, striking Aoko from behind. Aoko crashed into the wall as she fought back an anguished whimper. The attacker retracted her arm.
Aozaki!
Soujuuro sprang to his feet.
Oh, found some more strength, huh?
He darted to her side and used all the strength he could muster to get her to her feet. He couldn't believe how light she was. In Soujuro's mind, Aoko was an extraordinary individual, and therefore weighed like 6 metric tons.
I don't know.
He'd expected that if he were ever to touch her, it would be apparent she was far stronger than he.
Huh.
But in reality, she felt about as heavy as you would expect a 100-pound girl to feel. Are you... I think he's taking your measurements, Aoko. You might want to be, like, concerned.
It's fine.
Meanwhile, that thing continued to reel in its arms as if it were some sort of mechanism.
It is a mechanism, yes.
Actually, I wonder.
What?
I'm knowing Takeuchi and Nasu, I'm sure there's data books. How
Yeah.
close was he?
Yeah, Type Moon Wiki Aoko.
Yeah. Like, how close was this man?
Well, it's going to be in kilograms, most likely. Weight
51 kilograms.
So, 51 kilo... 2 lb. 112.
About 112.
Wow.
112 and a half. He was a bit low there.
That's fine.
Bit underselling it there, Soujuuro. But otherwise, good work, my guy. You were pretty close. And obviously, of course, it's got like the other.
The 3 sizes,
Yeah,
yeah.
obviously. Why not?
Of course they wrote all that.
Why wouldn't it?
It's fine.
Boy, those hips don't lie, though. That's like a huge waist to hip difference. What the fuck?
Well,
She's got like a 30. She's got like a 30. I'm assuming that's millimeter, right?
or centimeter.
Centimeter, yeah.
Yeah.
She's got like a 30 centimeter difference between her waist and her hips. What the fuck?
Wow.
Talk about hourglass. That's like terrifying. Having extended more than 30 feet from the elbow joint, it clanked as it returned to its previous shape and size.
大丈夫か?
やめてよ。わからないわ。
Yeah.
そんな顔できる
Are you seriously trying to help me after all that?
Dumbass! I just tried to murder your ass! Aoko tore her hand away from Soujuro's. Suddenly, she felt her knees buckle from under her, but Soujuuro caught her before she could hit the ground and helped her to her feet.
無理するな。で、あいつは知り合いか?
Yeah, we're best fucking friends!
Yeah. Well, he doesn't know what it is.
It was
so-
aiming for you, and it just hit me by accident! He looked back at the eerie shadow 30 feet away as it finished retracting its arm.
そうね。似たようなやつとは命をせめぎ合ったのかよ。
Aoko grabbed her lower back as she answered.
Yeah, you can't be doing too good after that.
A searing pain shot through her.
でも、痛いっちゃ痛いけど、打撲だけ。
Could have been a curse attached to it.
Yeah.
Can't be too careful.
あれだけ絶好の奇襲をしておいて。それとも、この距離じゃ当たっても致命傷にならない。
Man, these dolls with their knockoff Zabanias.
Yeah.
Like,
あるわけないか。
Still a nasty trick, though.
別の意味があると見るべきね。
ah yes, what you're missing is your heart, you see, because it's Zabania'd you. And now it's going to eat it and gain all of your memories and ability to speak.
Yeah. Yeah, it might have just been putting a curse onto her, but...
Aoko tried to steady her breathing as she assessed the damage done to her back. The pain was quick to fade and her breathing returned to normal. For the time being, her motor functions were no longer hindered, which meant the real damage was elsewhere.
Aozaki, あれ
分かってるわ。黙ってね。
Blue light glowed across the gloom. The magical energy generated by her breathing was accumulating in her right arm.
Hopefully you have some bullets left.
Well, when she shattered the mirror that, like, ricocheted him into the wall and ended this, the game did say it was the 9th bullet.
Yeah, okay, I guess she probably still has some left.
So she should still have 21.
Assuming we're talking about, like, volleys of shots.
Right.
Yeah.
If magical energy was the fuel, the formula was the igniter. For Aoko, this was little more than a reenactment of 2 evenings ago. Next time the puppet extended his arm, Aoko would fire a magic bullet as fast as she could. A battle at approximately 30 feet. Just what you wanted.
Yeah, you only have a 40% chance to hit. That's, you know...
Excellent.
That'd be great in Fire Emblem.
No, it wouldn't. That's atrocious in Fire Emblem. That means you're going to miss, for sure, and the opponent is definitely going to hit you if you really need them not to. As long as Aoko could secure a 2-second window, she could create a counterattack to end their duel. Now, 40% in XCOM.
Oh.
That's a different story. It made its move. With its head tilted down, there was no expression to be seen, and in the darkness, its apparent age was impossible to make out. To the 2 humans, the puppet was not dissimilar to a faceless ghost. Its left arm slowly came up with a grinding sound. Its movements were dull, as if the joints were rusty. That might be pornographic. The right arm, which had been extended earlier, hung at its side. Though the puppet's mouth was hidden by its long locks, the sense was that it was smiling.
Yeah.
さっきと用途が違う。あれが本命。しずき君、どいて。
Oh, the puppet will go for him too, I guess?
Aoko. Aoko, listen.
I know. She can't help
Your
herself.
entire purpose here tonight is to kill this man. What does it matter if the spooky ghost puppet kills the man?
She's not thinking clearly. It's fine.
Get the hell out of the way, Normie! She threw herself into Soujuuro and extended her hand. Its arm extended at that very moment. The timing was impeccable. In a single second, Aoko's magic bullet scored a direct hit on the puppet's arm, reversing its trajectory and sending it crashing into the puppet's body with a violent explosion.
Wow, awesome. That looks like a coin flip of that working. Oh.
Or at least that's what would have happened had the magic formula been invoked.
Yeah, never mind.
Unfortunately, Aoko is incompetent and forgot to do that.
She didn't pull the trigger? Oh. What? Jeez. That nearly hurt.
She barely avoided being struck once again, but this time it would have been in the right eye.
Yeah, wow, that would have sucked.
Like that punch would have gone like straight into your eye. When her magecraft failed her, intuition took over and she just managed to get away.
やられた。最初のはそういうことか。
She clenched her teeth in frustration, her thoughts racing a mile a minute. Fight or flight? It only had one arm left, which would take time to retract.
Not that much time.
This was the best shot Aoko had at defeating it. If she could evade the right arm just a fraction, she could get close enough to...
Summer I live, in dirt I rot alone. Day is the day I died and was reborn, I come to you.
Okay.
Huh.
Is that... Is that Latin?
Evo Insomno. That looks pretty Latin to me.
Obitus. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can, like, recognize any words in there that I know to be like that I know definitively to be Latin.
Like hic dies. Is et. That's and in Latin.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Nativus born. Yep. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, it's also extremely similar to Italian, so I'm not sure how.
That's what I'm looking at. Is like, is that Latin or is that Italian?
It's
I can't tell. A crackle echoed through the corridor. The poetic murmurs contained enough magical energy for a mage to perceive. The verse itself was Latin, yeah, but it contained hints of the language of curses. Gonder.
Is that a language too?
Evidently.
Huh.
I was led to believe it was just Rin's magic bullets.
Well, it's supposed to be a curse that makes you sick.
Right, Rin's magic bullets.
Well, yeah.
Originally, they were words meant to curse a hated adversary. However,
Mea animae mortalis, otem eftura negata sunt. Manes sum, animam definire ambiguum est. Teode et am, conveniamus insomnio ipso.
Life is immortal, though my future was destroyed. I am a ghost. The definition of life is ethereal. I hate you, I love you, let us meet in a dream.
the puppet was directing the words at itself. Oh, it's the puppet that's... I thought some fourth person had showed up.
Okay.
Curses beget curses. The victim calls down a curse on the assailant, creating a vicious cycle of negativity. The incantation was meant to do just that. However, this was ultimately a one-puppet show. An unprecedented source of power akin to auto-intoxication. As unbelievable as it seemed, the cycle of curses had been turned into a perpetual motion device.
Huh.
何それレベル高すぎじゃない
Oh, for God's sake.
It can use curses to power itself?
So it would appear. Aoko abandoned the idea of digging her heels in. It was time to flee with all due haste.
Yeah, probably. Tonight's kind of a wash.
Hey, here's the problem though, Aoko. In case you forgot. You're somewhere in the middle of a giant spiral on a floor.
Right.
If you keep going the direction Soujuuro was going, it's a dead end.
Quite
if
likely.
you turn around, you've got that thing behind you.
And, well, it's...
You're literally backed into a corner.
Well, it's supposed to be a maze, not a labyrinth, and the exit might be able to still get through.
They very clearly said earlier that the second floor just spirals into the middle to a dead end.
Huh.
They literally said that earlier. Like, this floor is a complete dead end.
何してんのあんたも来る
She grabbed Soujuro's hand and ran as fast as she could deeper into the realm of mirrors. The crackling voice continued its murmuring behind them.
Proxime mich negligentes ferunt, omnes nos peccantes fims, et omnes nos edem fims, omnes nos peccatores sums. Venit domum meum, lut simile somnium, et pulvere simile quotidianum, corruprebo.
Okay, that first line definitely is longer than what they indicate there. My neighbors neglected me, not an innocent among us, we are all sinners. We are all sinners, welcome to my house. May we die a muddy death, from dust to dust, gouge out my heart.